Om Namo Bhagavate Virajeshwaraya. Today happens to be a very interesting combination again. So, this is Bhauma Chaturthi and Kumbha Sankramanam. So, both are happening on the same day. So, Kala means time in Sanatana Dharma has 5 limbs. Limbs means typically different ways of measuring it. So it is measured using the angular distance between sun and moon. That is typically known as a tithi. There are 15 tithis in the waxing phase and there are 15 tithis in the waning phase. So that is one way of measuring it. But there is another very interesting way of measuring time in the varas, weekdays. So we have 7 weekdays. They keep repeating. So that is the relationship between Earth's 24-hour rotation and then 9 planets, 7 planets basically. So out of 9 grahas, 2 grahas are Chaya grahas. They are not having any spot, means they don't be visible. They can be only seen when there is a grahana. So 3 sevens 21 and then 3 hours that will be there. So it will be, there is a sequence. It arises by combining these 7 lords holding each civil day. So the relationship between civil day and the 7 lords is known as the Vara or the weekday. So there are 7 weekdays. So if I am measuring time just on weekdays, I will get Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, etc. If I am measuring time on tithis, I will get tithis. But if I keep measuring both the cycles, there are times at which these cycles come and match. So that is the Bhauma Chaturthi, Bhauma Vasara. So every day, today's Lord is Mangala or the Bhumiputra, the Mars. So Mars signified as the Mars's Adhidevata is again Subramanya Saraswami, the Kumara, and the courage, valor, all those things are signified by the Bhauma. But Chaturthi, on the other hand, the 4th moon phase is the Lord of it is Vinayaka, Ganesha, Ganapati, Vighnaraja, different names are there. But the 4th tithi is owned by Ganapati. So Bhauma, Subramanya Saraswami and Ganesha coming together on different measures is the speciality. To add to that, the Sankramanam is sun's movement from a Rasi to other Rasi. So sun is moving from Makara Rasi, which is when sun entered Makara Rasi, we said it is Uttarayana Punya Kalam. So that is, then next Punya Kalam is Kumbha Rasi. So Kumbha, Meena, these 2 Rasis, when this Rutu is known as Sisira Rutu. Sisira Rutu is after the winter, the core winter is over, and then slowly the sun rays will become much more sharper and so that is the Kumbha Sankramanam. Kumbha is Aquarius, so Aquarius is related to the water. We will have a lot of Kumbha Melas, everything. So Kumbha Sankramanam is one of the important Sankramanas celebrating the importance of water, all those things. Means to bring the rains, the sun should first go more powerful, and he should take a lot of waters from the earth to the divine realm, and then again they have to fall in the Varsha Rutu. So this is a process by which. So all these different Rutus are a 2-month periods. There are 6 Rutus, and the Varas are 1 day, like 7-day periods. Tithis are a 30-day period, which is known as month. Like that, these are multiple cycles of measuring the same time. So why these combinations are important? When these different divine powers emerge, or they give their divine power, these individuals, means all these people on the earth, they can actually get hold of or get that particular power and use it for individual upliftment, thereby societal upliftment also. So it's all about the upliftment of the individual spirit, individual soul, individual identity. So it is not breaking someone, winning someone, etc., etc. But this Bhauma Chaturthi, on this Bhauma Chaturthi, what I wanted to actually talk is on the greatness of Vinayaka, Gananatha Parakramam. So this is, Vyasa has actually authored about 4 lakhs slokas. 4 lakhs slokas is approximate size of his corpus in 18 Puranas, Mahabharata, Brahmasutras, and various things that he has done. He has tried encapsulating all the knowledge that is available and into his whatever authored corpus of 4 lakhs slokas. Why they are called slokas or mantras? Because they are pregnant with meaning, they are pregnant with results actually. So if you study them, you will be able to gain that divine knowledge, realize that knowledge, experience that knowledge, etc., etc. So all those things are possible. So one sloka from Devi Bhagavat. This says the 8 different Vighna Shaktis and what they are. That is what he says. He lists 8 Vighna Shaktis which are overpowered by the power of yantra of Gananatha. Gananatha, what actually has happened, at some point in time there is a huge war between the Divine Mother and the Rakshasas. So we celebrate that as Navaratris. Several different things we celebrate. So there is a huge war that is going on, and in that war at some point in time all the Varahi Sena, means Divine Mother also has 3 forms, Lalitambika, Varahi and Shyamala, so Mantrini. So the mental power, the physical power and the Ichha Shakti, the main power which is there. So all those are three Shaktis. So the 3 Shaktis. So Varahi Devi is fighting with her Sena, with the Senas of the Danavas, the opponent team which is fighting, which wanted the supremacy. They wanted to run this world in their own way. So Danavas or Devas are, at some point in time, Devata Shakti. So on the Vishukra, on the other hand, he has put up a technique, a strategy to induce 8 different attitudes in these divine forces. These attitudes are the Vighna Shaktis. What are these 8 attitudes? Alasa, Kripana, Deena, Nidra, Tandra, Pramilika, Kleba, cha Nirahankara. So these 8 have been induced in, and basically what these 8 means. Alasa means postponement. Alasyam, postponing things. Okay, let us do it tomorrow. That is alasa. Kripana means self-pity, means being pity, why I should get into this hard work, why should I do this hard work and struggle my body, mind and intellect, why, okay, let me be peaceful by not doing work. Kripana. Deena, Dainyatvam is something I will not be able to do. It is not my capability to do. Somebody else should do it. This is the 3rd attitude. So Alasa, Kripana, Deena. Then the 4th one is Nidra. Okay, let us sleep. Nidra means sleep. Disengage with the worldly work, whatever we are, complete disengagement. Nidra. Tandra is not complete Nidra, but it is a cyclic disengagement, engagement. So not being persistent on the efforts in engaging with the world. So that is the Tandra. So Nidra, Tandra, Pramilika. Pramilika is also shyness. What others feel if I do this? So if I do what others think, if I do like this, that is the Pramilika. So Alasa Krupana Dina, Nidra, Tandra, Pramilika. Then the most two, Kliba, Klaibyam Masmagamah Partha, Krishna tells Arjuna. What is this Klaibyam? Klaibyam, Kliba. Kliba means leaving it at the end, means not completing the task. So you put the effort, all the thing. Finally, when the war comes, I shall not fight. That is called impotence. Means fear of failure, basically. Okay, I may fail if I do this. So fear of failure. Thereby, I want to give up. Give up at the end. You have put lot of effort. Arrived at certain stage, and finally leaving it before realizing the fruits, before realizing completing the task, leaving at that stage. In some stage which is near to fruition, people leave away. That is Kliba. Then finally the Nirahankara. Nirahankara is a good quality. Hankara means I am greater than everybody else, I will kill this fellow, I will hit that fellow, I will tell anything to any fellow. That Ahankara is negative Ahankara. But a positive Ahankara is having faith in oneself. It is not Krupana, it is not Dina, it is different from Dainyam. So, not wanting to do is not there in Dina. There is a want to do. But feeling that I am incapable of doing is Dina. But Nirahankara, not feeling that I am incapable of doing something. This is not Dainyam. But I don't want to do. I don't have faith in myself. Why should I take up this activity? That Nirahankara means when you are supposed to do something, achieve something, your duties are there, need to be achieved. At that time, okay, why I should do? That Nirahankara is not a good attitude at all. You should complete the activity. Then leave the result to the God. That is the Atma Samarpana. There is a subtle difference between them. Not doing things either because of fear of failure, Kliba, or Nirahankara, are not interested, not having interest in doing things for some unknown reason. That is not worthy of time, the very precious time that we are talking about. So that is not worthy. These Ashta-Shaktis have been put in. So what Divine Mother has done, Divine Mother is only watching. She is not involved in neither the strategy of Mantrini nor the fight of Varahi. But Mantrini, Varahi are there under the guidance of Divine Mother Lalitambika is the Varis. So now Lalitambika actually thought, oh, okay, I should do something. I should remediate this. So she smiled. She smiled looking at the Shiva. From that smile arose Ganapati. So Ganesha, Ganapati, Chaturthyadhipati. He is the controller of Siddhi and Buddhi. So Buddhi is Buddhi is what comes, the Sankalpa inside is known as Buddhi. And that Buddhi, when it is fulfilled, that is called Siddhi. Siddhi means achievement. So I have to achieve this thing. The right thing to achieve is the Buddhi. That Buddhi converts into Siddhi in the guidance of this obstacle leader of these 8 obstacles. These 8 obstacles, he has removed them with one shot. One shot, all the 8 obstacles have been removed. Alasa, Krupana, Dina, Nidra, Tandra, Pramilika, Kliba, Nirahankara. All these things are removed. Right Ahankara has been put. Kliba has been removed. Everything has been removed. So people are ready to fight, ready to win. Siddhi will come. immediately Buddhi will turn into Siddhi. So Buddhi, Siddhi. Siddhi, Buddhi Sameta Mahaganapati. On the other hand, if we look at the Bhauma Vasara, the aggression, or the valor, the Veeratvam, the Viryam of the Ganana, of the Shanmukha, that is also Valli and Devasena. So Valli, Devasena is the Kriya Shakti, the ability to work, physical abilities, and Valli Devi is the strong resolve. She is the Ichha Shakti. And Shanmukha represents the fire of Jnana, Jnana Shakti. He is the fire of Jnana. So, combination of this Jnana supremacy and Ichha Kriya support, and also the Ichha supremacy of Ganapati, where Jnana and Kriya are support there. So, the combination comes in the Bhauma Chaturthi for a seeker. If a seeker connects with that power, all these 8 Vignas are removed. The complete Jnana, the power of knowledge, the power of wisdom will reveal. Putting that together, a seeker will achieve the results. So, when the Ichha Shakti is in power, Jnana Shakti is in power, and Kriya Shakti in both sides supporting the ability to work, the intention to work, the capabilities, the right set of attitudes in all layers, psychological, emotional, physical layers, when they all come together, a seeker will definitely receive the best of the blessings. So, on such an auspicious day, I thought of just ranting out on whatever I thought of talking. So, if it is useful, it is the greatness of the Guru Parampara all the way to Narayana, Sadasiva. If it confuses you, that is your destiny to get confused by listening to this. So, we can't do anything. But may that great blessings of this kind of special times, special moments be on all seekers, whoever are seeking the truth, seeking the reality, to realize the true nature. May they be blessed with all the divine powers. Om Namo Bhagavate Virajeshwaraya. Swasti.